Jerusalem, often referred to as the Holy City, holds immense importance for three of the world's major religions: Islam, Christianity, and Judaism. This ancient city, located in the heart of the Middle East, has been a focal point of religious devotion, conflict, and coexistence for centuries. This video explores the significance of Jerusalem to these three religions and the complex historical and spiritual connections that bind them to this land. Jerusalem in Judaism. Jerusalem holds profound and central significance in Judaism. It is often referred to as the City of David and the City of Peace in Jewish tradition. Here are some key aspects of Jerusalem's importance in Judaism. Historical and religious significance. Jerusalem is deeply rooted in Jewish history and religion. It is associated with King David, who established it as the capital of ancient Israel around 1000 BCE. Jerusalem is also the site of the first and second temples, both of which were critical religious centers for the Jewish people. The Western Wall, also known as the Wailing Wall, is the last remaining part of the Second Temple and is a place of intense Jewish prayer and pilgrimage. Spiritual center for Jews. Jerusalem is considered the spiritual center of the world. It is believed to be the place where God chose to dwell among his people, as the Ark of the Covenant was placed in the Holy of Holies within the temple. The Western Wall, which is closest to the site of the Holy of Holies, is the most sacred location in Judaism, where Jews come to pray and leave written prayers in the crevices of the wall. Connection to the Promised Land. Jerusalem is located within the ancient boundaries of the Promised Land, which was given to the Jewish people by God, according to the Hebrew Bible. This connection to the land and the city is deeply ingrained in Jewish identity and faith. Jewish festivals. Several Jewish festivals have strong connections to Jerusalem. Passover, Shavuot, and Sukkot all have historical and agricultural ties to the city. Jews from around the world gather in Jerusalem during these festivals to celebrate and worship. Hope for the Messianic era. In Jewish tradition, Jerusalem is seen as the place where the Messiah will one day arrive to bring redemption and peace to the world. The concept of a future third temple being built in Jerusalem is associated with this belief. Psalms and prayers. The Psalms in the Hebrew Bible contain numerous references to Jerusalem and its significance in Jewish spirituality. Many Jewish prayers, including those in the Siddur Jewish prayer book, express longing for Jerusalem and the hope of returning to it. Mourning the destruction. The Jewish people commemorate the destruction of the first and second temples in Jerusalem with a day of fasting and mourning known as Tisha B'Av. This day is marked by prayers and the reading of the Book of Lamentations, expressing sorrow over the loss of the Holy City. In summary, Jerusalem is the heart of Jewish spirituality, history, and identity. It symbolizes the connection between the Jewish people and their faith, serving as a focal point for religious worship, pilgrimage, and cultural significance. Jerusalem and Christianity. Jerusalem holds great significance in Christianity, as it is associated with many key events in the life of Jesus Christ and the early Christian church. Here are some of the ways in which Jerusalem is important in Christianity. Crucifixion and Resurrection. The most significant event in Christianity, the crucifixion and resurrection of Jesus Christ, took place in Jerusalem. The Church of the Holy Sepulchre, located in the Old City, is traditionally believed to be the site of Christ's crucifixion, burial, and resurrection. Pilgrims from around the world visit this church to commemorate these pivotal events in Christian theology. The Last Supper. The cenacle, also known as the upper room, is traditionally believed to be the site of the Last Supper, where Jesus shared the Passover meal with his disciples and instituted the Eucharist. This event is commemorated in the Christian liturgy and is central to the celebration of the Mass. Pentecost. According to the New Testament, the Holy Spirit descended upon the apostles in Jerusalem on the day of Pentecost, empowering them to spread the message of Christianity. This event is commemorated in the Christian calendar as the Feast of Pentecost. The Way of the Cross. The Via Dolorosa, or the Way of Suffering, is a path in the Old City of Jerusalem that traces the route believed to have been taken by Jesus as he carried the cross to his crucifixion. 14 stations along this route mark significant moments in his journey, and Christian pilgrims often follow this path in prayer and reflection. Church of all nations. Also known as the Basilica of the Agony, this church is located in the Garden of Gethsemane, where Jesus is said to have prayed before his arrest. It is a significant pilgrimage site for Christians. Ascension. The Mount of Olives, located just outside Jerusalem's Old City, is associated with the ascension of Jesus. According to Christian tradition, this is where Jesus ascended into heaven after his resurrection. The Chapel of the Ascension is located on this site. Early Christian communities. Jerusalem was a center for early Christian communities, including the apostles and disciples. The book of Acts in the New Testament describes the activities of these early Christians in the city. Christian holy sites. In addition to the Church of the Holy Sepulchre and the Cenacle, Jerusalem is home to numerous other Christian holy sites, including the Church of the Nativity in Bethlehem, where Jesus is believed to have been born, and the Church of the Annunciation in Nazareth, where the angel Gabriel is said to have announced the birth of Jesus to Mary. In summary, Jerusalem is a city of immense importance to Christians because it is closely associated with the life, death, and resurrection of Jesus Christ. It is a destination for Christian pilgrims from around the world who seek to deepen their faith and connect with the historical and spiritual roots of their religion. Jerusalem in Islam. Jerusalem, known as Al-Quds in Arabic, holds significant religious importance in Islam. While not as central to Islam as it is to Judaism and Christianity, Jerusalem plays a crucial role in Islamic tradition and spirituality. Here are some key aspects of Jerusalem's importance in Islam. Al-Aqsa Mosque. The Al-Aqsa Mosque, located within the Old City of Jerusalem, is one of the holiest sites in Islam. It is often mentioned in the Quran as the farthest mosque, Al-Masjid al-Aqsa, and is believed to be the place where the Prophet Muhammad made his night journey, Isra and Mi'raj, from Mecca to Jerusalem and then ascended to heaven. Muslims commemorate this event during the annual holiday of Isra and Mi'raj. Dome of the Rock. The Dome of the Rock, Kabat al-Sakra, is another iconic Islamic shrine situated on the Temple Mount in Jerusalem. While it is not a mosque and does not host regular congregational prayers, it is highly significant due to its stunning architecture and its association with the Prophet Muhammad's night journey. The Golden Dome is a prominent symbol of Jerusalem. Third holiest city. After Mecca and Medina, Jerusalem is often regarded as the third holiest city in Islam. Its significance is primarily tied to the religious events connected with Al-Aqsa Mosque and the Dome of the Rock. Direction of prayer. In the early days of Islam, Muslims prayed facing the Al-Aqsa Mosque in Jerusalem. This Qibla, direction of prayer, was later changed to Mecca. but the historical connection between Jerusalem and Islamic prayer remains significant. Historical and cultural significance. Jerusalem has played a role in various Islamic empires and caliphates throughout history, including the Umayyad, Abbasid, and Ottoman periods. Islamic culture, art, and architecture have left a lasting imprint on the city. Preservation of Islamic heritage. The preservation and protection of Islamic holy sites in Jerusalem are of great importance to Muslims worldwide. Various Islamic institutions and organizations are involved in maintaining and safeguarding these sites. Religious tolerance. Islamic tradition encourages respect for other monotheistic faiths, and this has influenced the historical treatment of Jerusalem's religious diversity. Throughout its history, Jerusalem has been home to Christians, Jews, and Muslims, coexisting in a complex mosaic of religious communities. It's important to note that Jerusalem's significance in Islam is primarily tied to the religious events and structures associated with the Al-Aqsa Mosque and the Dome of the Rock, as well as its historical role as a city that has been part of Islamic history and culture for centuries. While not as central to Islamic practice as Mecca and Medina, Jerusalem remains a symbol of faith and heritage for Muslims around the world. Challenges and conflicts. Jerusalem is a city with deep religious and historical significance to Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, making it a focal point of both religious devotion and political conflict. Over the centuries, it has been a site of numerous challenges and conflicts. Here are some of the key challenges and conflicts associated with Jerusalem. Israeli-Palestinian conflict. One of the most prominent and enduring conflicts related to Jerusalem is the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. The city's status is a core issue in this conflict, with both Israelis and Palestinians claiming Jerusalem as their capital. This dispute has led to violence, protests, and diplomatic challenges. Religious tensions. The religious significance of Jerusalem to Judaism, Christianity, and Islam often leads to tensions and disputes over access to holy sites, control of religious properties, and religious practices within the city. These tensions can escalate into conflicts between religious groups. Sovereignty disputes. The question of who has sovereignty over Jerusalem is a contentious issue. Israel claims Jerusalem as its undivided capital, while Palestinians seek East Jerusalem as the capital of a future Palestinian state. The international community, in general, does not recognize Israel's sovereignty over East Jerusalem, which was occupied by Israel during the 1967 Six-Day War. Security concerns. Jerusalem's complex geopolitical situation makes it prone to security challenges and terrorist attacks. The city has seen numerous acts of violence and terrorism over the years, leading to a heavy security presence and strict security measures. Settlement expansion. Israeli settlement expansion in East Jerusalem and the West Bank has been a source of tension and conflict. The construction of settlements in areas Palestinians consider part of their future state has hindered peace negotiations and drawn international condemnation. Access to holy sites. Disputes over access to and control of holy sites in Jerusalem have led to conflicts and tensions. The Temple Mount/Haram al-Sharif, which houses Al-Aqsa Mosque and the Dome of the Rock, has been a particular flashpoint. Political diplomacy. The status of Jerusalem has been a key point of contention in peace negotiations between Israelis and Palestinians. Diplomatic efforts to resolve the conflict often reach impasses over issues related to Jerusalem. International involvement. The international community has a vested interest in the status of Jerusalem due to its religious significance and the ongoing conflict. Various international resolutions and initiatives have aimed to address the challenges and conflicts related to Jerusalem. Cultural heritage preservation. The preservation of the cultural and historical heritage of Jerusalem is a challenge, given the city's long history and diverse religious and cultural influences. Efforts are ongoing to protect and conserve the city's archaeological and historical sites. Despite these challenges and conflicts, there have been moments of cooperation, dialogue, and peace-building initiatives aimed at addressing the complex issues surrounding Jerusalem. The city remains a symbol of both the deep faith and the intractable conflicts that have shaped the region for centuries, and its future remains a subject of ongoing global concern and diplomacy. Jerusalem's importance to Islam, Christianity, and Judaism is a testament to the city's rich and complex history. It serves as a symbol of the interconnectedness of these three major world religions. While it has been a source of conflict, it also offers the potential for peace and understanding when people of different faiths come together to appreciate and respect the shared spiritual heritage that this ancient city represents. As Jerusalem continues to be a focal point of religious devotion and international attention, its significance remains as powerful and enduring as ever.